We'll wait just a couple more minutes to see if anybody jumps on the Zoom, and then we'll get started. Okay, guess nobody's going to join us. Today we're going to talk about designs. Who has familiarity with designs? Have you been in designs yet? No? Yeah. Brandon. All good. There are lots of cool things in designs that can help you announce that you're a real estate agent to your social media folks. So we can go through some of that. I want to talk a little bit about marketing in general and my feelings around marketing and how you want to brand yourself. So think super hard about what you want to call your business. If you're a single agent, obviously your name is probably what you're going to use. If you have aspirations to grow a team or you already sort of have a team name in mind, go ahead and maybe create that Facebook page or buy that domain just so you have it when you're ready to use it. You will want to create a business Facebook page. The only way to run ads and things like that through command is connected to a business page. You can't run them on your personal pages. So you don't have to post a whole lot on your business page. You can always go in and share your business posts on your personal page. So you can post on your business page and then share those posts on your personal page. That way you're sharing those to the people who already know and love you, and then they can go and like your page. The key to marketing is consistency. So once we get into designs, there's lots of different color schemes and sort of design elements that have a common thread through all of the designs, through like open house and business cards and flyers and just listed, just sold. Like there's similar designs in each one of those, so they look alike. I highly recommend choosing one sort of design feel that you like and sticking with that for all of the stuff that you post. That way, when somebody sees it roll by on their Facebook page, eventually they'll connect it to you. Oh, that's Joy's stuff. She's always posting stuff like that. That looks like her. Without even really having to think about it, they know that that's your open house or that's your something you just sold. So kind of stick to the same feel. I mean, you can always go in and change it, but consistency. So pick something that you like and stick with that for a while. You can get sucked into designs and spend all day in there. Don't do that. It's not a waste of time, but give yourself like parameters. I'm going to spend 30 minutes designing this open house flyer, and then I'm going to get out and I'm going to do other things. Otherwise, you could be in there for hours and not realize that you've wasted your whole morning poking around in there. It is quite user-friendly, I think. You can use the designs exactly as they come, and you can also completely customize things. You want to try to close this a little bit?
Oh, yeah. You can close it.
I want you to be able to get up now, but let's go in. Once you've created some designs, when you get in here, it's going to show you all of the stuff that you've done recently. So if you have like I'm going to select, nope, social, and it's going to show me all of the designs that I've created in that social category. So I have a just sold here. So I could go in and every time I sell anything, I can just pull that one back up and use the exact same thing every time. So I don't have to go in and create a new one. I can just go in and use that same one, swap out the pictures and the information, save it, and I'm done. So we're going to create something new today. I'm going to go over here to this little plus in the corner. And let's say I want to do a flyer. So I'm going to select print and go next. That's fun. I use Chrome Incognito in command whenever I'm doing anything. And occasionally, especially in designs, it freaks out sometimes. And so you have to, like, there's this little eye over here and you can click it and allow it to use third-party cookies. And it should take you right into designs if it gives you an error like it did me just there. Okay, so I'm gonna say, let's see. Over here on the side, you can see all of the things, the categories of designs that they have. So I'm gonna go, let's go open house. And I'm gonna select flyers, letter size. So what I was saying before, pick something that sort of catches your eye that you like, and you can go in there and poke around, and if you don't like it, you can come back out of it and pick something else. Let's try this one. Okay. So it's going to have just basic information that they default to whichever design that you pick. So anytime I want to change something, I just have to select the item I want to change. So there's the photograph. I'm going to go to the KWLS and I'm going to search for a listing. That's the one I want right there. So you don't have to go into the MLS and pull pictures and descriptions and stuff. It's all connected in command. So all I have to do is search for the address or the MLS number, and it's going to pull that information up so I can move pictures in and out and descriptions and stuff and not have to type anything out, which is really nice. So I've selected this photograph, and if you hover over these pictures, you see the little circle. That's going to replace the image in my design with whichever one I choose over here. So let's try that with this one. And if I like that the way it is, I'm good to go and I can move on to the next section. If I want to reposition it or say zoom in a little bit, I can. And it's going to automatically crop that to exactly what I want it to look like. Like I'm not gonna have to go in and edit things out. So let's change this date here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. So Sunday, January.
And our pictures are not
4.
uploaded to command for, like you said, a listing.
Mhm.
We have to, how do we get them added to that?
Yep, so you would go to images up here in the corner
Uh-huh.
and then add, and you can drag and drop in that little square right there.
Okay.
You can also click it and it'll take you out to a finder where you can go and upload directly from that. But if you have them like on your desktop, you can just drag and drop in that little box and they'll show up in there. So we just edited that. I'm going to go over here to listing details. And it is a 5-bedroom. Four and a half bath. 3457 square feet. Listed at 978.7, built in 1982. Okay, and I usually work top to bottom just so I know I've changed everything that I need to change. So it's easier to me than bouncing around and doing all the pictures at once or doing all this at once. Like sort of start from the top and go all the way down. That way you don't accidentally leave something off or leave the default information in there. So the next item is going to be our address. So we can click that and then go over here, find that address, and then replace that information. If it doesn't fit in there, you can resize here. So I can expand that out a little bit. And have it fit right in there. If it doesn't fit in that red box, you can resize that red box as well. And it's going to give you like these guide marks that come in here. See the blue lines? So it's going to actually help you center those things. So if you do have to expand it or shrink it or whatever, you can move them around and use those guides to help you put it exactly where it needs to go. So the next thing, let's pick a couple more pictures. We're going to go back to photos here. I really love that kitchen. So we'll put the kitchen in there. And then their outdoor space there. So here are just some highlights on the property itself. You can go in there and put the entire description in there or pull certain things from the description if you don't like the bullet points there. So I'm going to put the whole thing in there and then I'm going to move that around and take a few sentences out so it fits in that box for me. Otherwise, it's going to be too small for anyone to be able to read. Let's see. We already know that information. Let's see if I can get it to stuck in there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just kind of have to play around with the elements and see if you can get them to work. Can go in there and Control A, select all of that text, and then make that text just a little bit bigger. look at that, fits right in there. Okay, now that we've got the open house, the time, date, all of the pertinent information there at the top, photograph that I like. What is that? Description, the images, I can come in here and swap out that picture. And I'm going to go back to images. And it's actually in my assets. I have a couple headshots uploaded and I can show you where to add your assets in. And we're going to replace that image there. And I'll change that. Oh, what happened? Well, the good thing about command, don't make me a liar, is that it auto saves. Let's see if it picked up anything. Ooh, that's super fun. They don't usually update on Wednesdays, but maybe. Yeah.
It's kicking me out at the same time it's kicking you out.
Yeah, it could be. It appears that it is having some issues. Awesome. Oh, here we go. And it didn't save anything. Yay. Y'all wanted to see me do all of this again, right? Okay. My bed. 4.5 bath. Four, 7. And 7. 10, and 82. We're just going to go ahead and save that.
That's a lot of times I don't have to take these off and just save it.
Yeah, it should auto-save, and I would say 95% of the time that works just fine.
Yeah.
But if you are seeing some glitchy issues like this one, get back in there and start saving it every time you update certain things. Like I updated after the text, I'll update after the pictures, or I'll save, sorry. Let's do Listing details. Paula? Just Paula.
Yes. Were you asking me a question or are they asking?
No, Ashley was asking me who all was in the room.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, I'm just kind of following along. I've kind of gone in and done it myself. I frustrated myself a time or two, but I came back and it's getting easier the more I do it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. If you're familiar with, say, like Photoshop or any sort of other editing software, you're going to be in here. It's going to be a breeze to you. If you aren't really familiar, or if you've used like Canva, it's very similar. So just a little bit of time in there, and you'll get a little more used to the way that it operates and behaves.
Yeah, I think that was my struggle. Was I was used to Canva, and so when I would go in there, it wouldn't do exactly the same thing. So I'd get frustrated and go back to Canva. But when I'm in Canva, I think, why am I recreating the wheel when it's already here?
Right. Yeah. The benefits of having the KWLS connected is huge. It saves a lot of time. I used to do flyers in Market Leader when all we had was e-edge, and it would take me a solid hour probably to build the flyer like I wanted it to, because I'd have to pull it from Market Leader and then I'd pull it into Photoshop and I'd go in and I'd change pictures and I'd change information and I have to change all of the stuff. And so it's saved me a whole lot of time. I don't have to pull it into Photoshop anymore. I can do everything I need to do inside Designs. So, okay, we're gonna save again. And I'm gonna go in and edit that bottom part. Let's see. This is where it died on me last time. Sometimes the selecting of the text is a little frustrating. So if you can't get things selected, just throw your cursor in there and backspace or move with the arrows. Sometimes that's easier than trying to get it to select what you want it to select. Especially if you're working with a trackpad. I'm going to put our website in there. Okay, and the last thing I need to do is change the logo here. And I have already pulled in some of the logos. Let's see. I have that.
Are you double clicking on the logo to get it to?
No, just click it once and it should throw a box around it and then you can replace.
This particular one, I click it once and it's clicking the big one, and it's not getting the smaller box.
Yeah, you might have to move, like if things are stacked in a way where you can't get to the elements that you need to, you may have to move them around
Okay.
in order to get the correct thing clicked. Let's see. I'm gonna go in the downloads. I think they've probably got. Okay, so I don't have the correct, I have a white Keller Williams Mullinex logo in here, but that's not going to work for this particular design. So I have it here, and I can show you what that looks like to drag and drop. And there it is. So I've got that clicked. I should be able to say replace. Come on. Okay, well, if it doesn't work, then I'm just going to delete it and I'm going to add it in there. Now click that plus, and then I can go in and resize to what I want that to look like, and then just move it right back over there. And all of the elements are good. Double check everything, the date, the information about the home, the photographs, the description, the address. Make sure all of my contact information is good, and then I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to go to this down arrow right here and say download. And I'm going to go to get PDF since this is a flyer. PDF is the best file choice for that. And I'm going to say all pages, it's just one page. We're going to say high resolution print quality, and I'm going to start download. There it is right there. And now I can go and print that and have it ready for my open house, or be able to put it up or pass it out or whatever it is I want to do with it. If I want to put that image on social media, I can also download it as a PNG or a JPEG. So we can download that as a JPEG as well, and then you can upload that image to Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is you want to do. So now you have it in 2 different formats. Also, something we like to do with open house flyers, we have one at the home, and then I have one of these on my phone as a JPEG, and I can send that to somebody if they need more information or requesting more information about the house. Sure, let me send you my open house flyer. What's your phone number? And then you have my phone number. And that saves you from having to print out 10 or 15 sheets when nobody may take any of them. You can have one in like a little frame on the counter or something, and then you can text them the image, and then they have it, and also your contact. Any questions around an open house flyer? We've got half an hour left. I'm going to sort of walk you through the other things that Designs has to offer. Okay, I'm going to say done. It's going to save that again for me and then take me back out into my designs. So we're going to say new social next. So we can take a look at all of the things that Command has as far as social media images. So if you use Instagram a lot, you can do a square. That way you're not having to resize or make something super small or it cuts off any information. Again, this one is just like that other open house flyer that we did. So it's the same elements right here. So,
I think I kind of brand new.
no,
So
you're
can
fine.
you go to my design templates to get started? And so I got it here.
Yeah, you go to the plus in the corner, and then social or print, depending on what you're wanting to do. Go ahead and accept cookies down here so they'll open their disappears. There you go. Now next. And that's going to take you to all of the templates here. must be doing something today. But yeah, that's how you would get to all of the templates in there.
Okay.
I did find something yesterday that I thought was pretty nifty. I knew they were in here, but I didn't know where they were. So if you go into Pivot Shift Ahead, there's Zoom backgrounds in here that you can edit and put your name in. So if you do a lot of Zoom calls or you're doing like buyer consults over Zoom or something like that, you can actually go in here and edit those and put your name and like the Molinix logo in there. And then you can have that as your Zoom background. I thought that was pretty cool. And then all of the new stuff will be in here. So the holidays, they go in here and they push a lot of new designs that you can go in there and like make your banner on your Facebook business page or put on your social media wall for all of the holidays. So they're usually pretty good about giving us lots of different things we can use in here. So I can create an email signature in here. Here you've got cover, Facebook cover images, LinkedIn, Twitter. You can promote your website in here. And all of these are just gonna give you like social wide, if you're creating your website and you wanna use some of their hero images, that's where you could find those. If you've got a client testimonial you want to do, you can click one of those and put that information in there. If somebody left you a really good review, then you could share that on your social media pages. If you want to promote KW, there's images in there. Happy birthday images, home anniversary, lots of different things in here. Event invitations. That's pretty fun. If you do home valuations, you can do a neighborhood snap. I can show you what that looks like. Let's use one of those. Snapshots. Okay, so in this neighborhood snap, I'm going to go over here to KWLS and then I'm going to go to snapshots. And somebody give me a neighborhood name. Brookhaven. Let's see if we can find it. Okay. I'm gonna select that and I'm gonna replace it with that. And now your next move be Brookhaven. Control A, and I'm gonna scale that down a little bit so it all fits. Oh my God. Well, at least you know that it does this to everyone.
It's not just me.
Nope, it's everybody. So they must be in there tooling around today. I don't know. Well, here's a good time to talk about brand assets. When it kicks you back to templates in My Designs, or when you go in there and create a new image, you can click brand assets. And here's where I can upload logos. I can do our headshots I can put in there. Stickers, I don't know what you need stickers for, but you can pick your colors. So if you use the KW colors, I could go in here and I could tell it which colors to use, and then it would have that available to me. Or if I had a certain font that I used for everything, I could pull that in there, and then I'd be able to access that in designs everywhere and not have to choose it every single time. It would just be in my assets. I would highly suggest doing your smart text. So your phone number, your name, your email address, your website, put all of that stuff in here. That way, all you have to do is click the button to add that. You don't have to type it in every single time. So it's another time saver there. So I should probably add the KW logo that we used before. So I have that in my assets now instead of just the white one. So now this will be available to me and I won't have to upload it next time I'm in designs. Where Steve went. Okay. If I can that neighborhood snap, if it will work for me. I don't know why it's being weird today. Okay. So click that guy and look, now that's in there for me to use. Just replace it and move it around a little bit. Okay, now that little neighborhood snapshot thing is done. And I can download that and it's gonna show, it doesn't have the average sold price, so I might take that out if that's editable. Be one active, 15 days on market, $153 per square foot.
$153 a square foot is the average.
Well, it's only pulling from one active listing, it looks like. So sometimes you may have to poke around in different neighborhoods and see what all information it's pulling. Sometimes it's super accurate, but
So when it
sometimes not
does the
so much.
neighborhood snap, it's only pulling active listings.
I guess so, yeah.
Boy, that's.
Well,
about
it's
worthless
supposed
right now.
it's supposed to pull average sold price as well, so I'm not sure why it's not doing that. Let's see if any of these others in Oklahoma.
There's nothing in Brookhaven that's gonna stay active for long.
Yeah. Let me try.
Mostly overpriced and it needs a lot of work.
Yeah. Pretty fast everywhere right now.
Brookhaven is the neighborhood in Norman that people want to. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So here's mine. That one's got more data. Let's use that instead. So this is my neighborhood. No, what are you doing? Seller's Park. So average listing price, 135,000, average sold price, 132, 3 active, 8 pending, 31 days on the market, $109 per square foot. So that's giving us more information. So we'll change that to. And now, that's good. I can save that. You can go in here and change the name. So I call that Sellers Park Snap. Save. It does look like the autosave is working. So then I could download that and print that out. I could also make like a door hanger and go and throw it on the doors in my neighborhood. And it would have, I could put my information on it. That'd be a good way to introduce yourself to your neighborhood if you haven't done that already. Let's see. Yeah, look, door hangers. There we go, right there. Yeah, so it's got a front and a back, and the back side would have a little information about the neighborhood and then my information there at the bottom. So it's a pretty cool asset there to use. Any questions?
So what is on the My Designs templates homepage? What is this video?
You can do neighborhood videos. Well, actually, like I created this one a year ago or something. So let's take a look at that. That's it. So let me see if I remember how to create one of those.
So you could potentially do a video tour of a listing.
I think these are just neighborhood videos in here to create. Like it didn't give me any, yeah, it's just a neighborhood video.
Okay. That's something kind of cool.
Yeah, you can also use these as Facebook updated. You can do videos as your Facebook background on your business page. So we had this on our Facebook business page for a couple weeks when it first launched out. So if you've got in your neighborhood, say you want to farm your neighborhood or you have a specific neighborhood that you're farming, that would be a good thing to put on your background for a couple of days or a week and see if you get any traction from it. But it's going to pull all of that information that we saw, and I don't have to put anything in here. So we can see all of that information is in here already. Our phone number. Just go through here and make sure that everything is right, and then it's going to automatically generate that video for me. I didn't have to do anything but double check the info. So, yeah. Let's watch this one and see what's changed. for me anyway. Yeah, so then all I have to do is save it and download it, and then it's ready to go. And if I-
Heather, could you save this and send it out to, like, as a text message to somebody?
I'm not sure how big that file is, but you could probably upload it to like YouTube or something and then send them a link.
Yeah, or email it or something.
Yep.
That would be pretty handy.
Yeah, and then, I mean, how quick was that? I didn't have to do anything but double check my information and throw my phone number in there because I didn't have it in there for some reason. So just make sure that that information seems accurate to you. Like the Brookhaven one, I wouldn't use that one because it's not giving me all of the information that I would want to put in there. Like it didn't have listing days, it didn't have how many had sold, it just didn't have that information because things are moving too quickly in that particular neighborhood. So
Yeah, I've done a couple searches for more neighborhoods, and it's asking me to fill in the average home price and the price per square foot. It's not pulling that
pulling.
information.
Yeah, it does. It seems like it works for some, but not for all. So.
But you can still, if you have that information.
Yeah, and I think
you can
if
plug that in.
yes,
Great.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and if I didn't like the way that looked, I could have said back and I could go and edit those things. Like I wouldn't say my neighborhood is known for coffee culture. Like I would have gotten rid of that and said dog friendly or something like that. I can go in there and pick the interest and stuff so I can make that a little more accurate if I don't think that it's super accurate. So. The last thing I wanted to talk about in design is your agent site. This is actually where you access the pages that you've already created. So when you go through and create your website, to come back and edit those pages, you have to do that inside designs. It's not actually in your website section, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, I get why they stuck it there, but it's a little confusing. So you would find your agent site pages in here where you could get back in there and edit those once they've been created. You can also create landing pages in here if you have a specific listing that you want to create a landing page for, or a neighborhood. Looks like you can create email designs in here as well. We've not played with that at all. Any other questions? Anything else we want to look at?
Okay.
Yeah. Do what? Yeah.
There's a lot.
There
There's a
is,
lot of it.
yeah, there is a lot. So just get in there and poke around and see which ones sort of tickle your fancy as far as the look and feel of them, and then, you know, pull one and start adding your information to it, and give yourself a time limit because you can be in there all day. That's my biggest piece of advice. Give yourself a time frame. Otherwise, if you're like me, it'd be like, it's 2 o'clock and I've been in here all day.
Yeah, there's no sense in spending 4 hours on an open house flyer.
No, when you can get in there and do it in 10 minutes. So, yeah. Okay. Well, if there's no questions, we'll end a little bit early. If there's anything specific you guys want to see a class taught on, please let me know. Otherwise, I just pick and choose what I want to talk about. So if there's something that that you're having trouble with or aren't really familiar with and would like to see a class taught on it, let me know. Bye, Paula.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now I get to play with the video because I had no idea about that one.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Heather. Bye.